Okay, so the word society, that means is a group of people. Okay, society, this term means a group of people sharing a common culture, institution, and social relationships, right? This we do meant by society, that a group of people that shares a common culture or social relationship, that we call a society. And what do we mean by laws? Laws are formal rules that are created and enforced by governing authorities, right? Such as the functions of laws are like prevent harm, that are the criminal laws, regulate behavior, traffic laws are there, protect freedom, constitutional rights are there. So these are the laws, right? Laws are there. Society, a group of people, a group of people sharing common culture. And what do you mean by laws? Laws are formal rules that are enforced by governing authorities. So, laws are formal rules. Let me write it down. So, laws are formal rules that are enforced by governing authorities. Such as what kind of laws are there, like criminal laws, traffic laws, cyber laws, constitutional rights. So, laws define the minimum standard of acceptable behavior, right? And next come the ethics. So, what do you mean by ethics? Ethics means is doing right things when nobody is watching me. Like ethics is our own concern that we will make the things right. We will not do something that violates any laws. So this we generally mean by ethics. Ethics are moral principles rather that guides judgment about right or wrong. Okay, so if I do this, it's a right thing to do, and if I do this, it's a wrong thing to do, we will not do it. So ethics we can also define, as I said, that to do things right when nobody's watching, when nobody's watching on me, when nobody's keeping an eye on me, to do the things right, right? So that we mean by ethics. Ethics are moral principles. Ethics are moral principles. So this we mean by society, laws, and ethics. So next comes that what do we mean by cyber ethics, right? So cyber ethics is about behaving safely and responsibly online. So next comes the cyber ethics. Cyber ethics is about behaving safely and responsibly online. It's like a set of rules to keep everyone safe on the internet, right? So next comes the point about digital footprint. So anyone can tell me what do you mean by digital footprint? Anyone, Deepan or Ashna, tell me what do you mean by digital footprint? First tell me what do you mean by footprint?
So it means any clue or anything.
Yes, we can say it's like a clue or it's like a trail, right? So,
Hmm.
think for or imagine a situation that when you purchase something online, right? You leave behind some traces, some trails. What kind of trails or traces you leave behind? You leave behind some kind of logs. You log in with some kind of login ID and password. Maybe it's encrypted, but you keep a trace like what links you are clicking, what page you are navigating, maybe the browsing history. So that gets stored in your desktop or in your web browser. There are some kind of cookies. Cookies are small files that gets downloaded on our computer to save the some kind of information for a short duration. You can say cookies are there, cache are there. So these are the digital footprints that we leave behind when we use the internet. Okay, that we define as a digital footprint, and we need to be more cautious or more aware of our online privacy and security. So, what kind of digital footprints are there? So, there are digital footprints can be divided into two main types, right? So, active digital footprint and passive digital footprint. So, let me write it down. So, digital footprint can be two types: active digital footprint and passive digital footprint. So, next question that comes into our mind: what do we mean by active footprint? So active footprint, this refers that what information I choose to share online, right? So when we something post on social media like Facebook, Instagram, maybe whatever social media it may be, we are posting some photos. So that kind of digital footprints like social media or comments that we make on social media, that are the footprints that we leave behind. So what are the examples of these active digital footprint? Social media post, blog entries, or any comments on social media forums, or any articles. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Deepan, is it okay for you as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now tell me, what do you mean by passive digital footprint? Uh, as I have discussed active digital footprint, what do you mean by passive digital footprint?
So the footprints which we leave unknowingly,
Correct. So if you can tell in a more explanatory way.
the footprints we leave while logging into a website.
Yes. Means the passive footprints you can define that the information collected about us without our knowledge or consent. It is generated by our online activities and often tracked by the website or any kind of apps that are called as passive digital footprint. So what are the example of these passive digital footprint? Is, as I discussed, cookies. Next comes the metadata, means data within the data, metadata, and analytics data. So analytics data means something you purchase online. That kind of data is stored on the databases. How much quantity you do purchase, what is the amount that you purchase, what is the address that you want that item to be delivered to. So this kind of data that is unknowingly being collected from us, we define as a passive digital footprint, right?
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
yes. So next thing that we will learn about is Let me clean this page. Next thing that we will learn about importance of understanding digital footprints. Importance of understanding digital footprints. So what is it? Is called privacy. Privacy. So privacy means that we should know what information is available online that can help us to protect our privacy, right? Next comes about reputation. Next comes as reputation. Reputation means our digital footprint can influence how others perceive us, such as potential employers and other educational institutions, right? So something available on social media can be seen by our potential employers. Maybe something you post in our social media can be also be viewed by your school teacher, maybe who has been added in your friend list, maybe. So that gives a perception about you, about your likes, dislikes. He can perceive about you, right? So, and on the base of that judgment, he can perceive you like what kind of person you are. So that's basically a reputation. Next comes as online safety. Online safety. So online safety means we need to recognize the type of data that has been collected so that informed decisions can be made about what things are shared online. So imagine a case like nowadays what happens, whatever you post on social media, suppose you post a elaborate post about social media that you have purchased a car and your location is this and your phone numbers has also been provided in social media. So what happens, the scammers or who do the phishing type of activities can call you and do a scam on you, right? So we need to understand the importance of digital footprint, what type of data we can share or to maintain our online safety. So these are the three important parameters of understanding digital footprint. One is privacy, the second one is reputation, and third one is online safety. Any confusion up to this point? Tell me.
No, sir.
Okay. Deepan, you are not saying anything. Is it okay for you as well?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. The next thing that comes is the net etiquettes. So next thing comes net etiquettes. So means what, how we will behave online or how to behave politely and respectfully online. So what are the some kind of pointers are there? So you have often seen that when someone posts some photos or images, there are two types of comments that are generally posted in, right? One is are the comments that are good and one are the comments that are opposite of that other one. So we should be kind and respectful. Be kind and respectful. Treat others online with the same respect you would shown to the other person, right? We should avoid using hurtful language or getting engaged in some kind of called as cyberbullying, right? Be ethical. That means respect copyright laws or give credits to the other works. We should avoid plagiarism, means we should not copy others contents and post it as ours. So that is basically called as plagiarism. And if we do so, we need to credit that author as well, that we have cited this example from that source. So we should be ethical. So also we should also be, what we need to remember, that we need to think before we click. Think before we click. Like we should post something on social media that can be shared with others, and it should not create any much huge impact with others. Like we should not share our account details photos in social media, just for example. So we should click on submit that we think that can be shared with others. Next thing is we should protect our privacy. We should be cautious about sharing our personal information, and we should also respect the privacy of others, right? And the thing is, other thing is communicate clearly. Communicate clearly. That means we should use clear language that avoid any kind of sarcasm or humor that might be misunderstood. So these are the some kind of net etiquettes that we should follow, right? Next, what we will discuss on social media etiquettes. So as we all know that social media has taken a huge part of our lives, right? So as I can see nowadays, the people are much more engaged in social media day in and day out, right? So there are some kind of steps or essential etiquettes that we need to follow. So what kind of etiquettes we need to follow? The second one is protecting the privacy. Protecting the privacy. So the thing is strong password. Use strong passwords. Be the next thing we can be selective with friend. We should not add someone in our friend list whom we don't know, right? Only we should only accept friend requests from whom we know and whom we trust, right? So be selective with our friends and verify information. Verify information. Let me write it. Be selective with friends. Be selective with friends. And last pointer is verify information. So verify information means sometimes what happens, the fake news has been circulated over internet and it got viral. So that's why we should be cautious of fake news and misinformation. And second is be responsible. So be responsible means think before you post something on social media. Always consider what are the potential consequences that may happen of our online actions. Respect privacy. Ask for permission before sharing photos or stories of others. As I said, that cite proper quotations or cite proper sources from where this post you have taken. Avoid plagiarism. Do not copy and paste. And provide proper credits to the author who have made this post, right? And the third one is be kind and respectful. Treat others with kindness and avoid negative behavior. Next thing that we will discuss on data protection, right? So what do we mean by data protection? Anyone? Data protection, Ashna or Deepan, what do you mean by data protection? Ashna or Deepan, data protection, what do you mean by data protection?
Protecting our personal data.
Yes. So, data protection means keeping our personal information safe and secure, right? So, that is mainly meant by data protection. So, what are the consequences that may happen on data breaches? Data breaches means some confidential information has been shared somewhere and it has been captured or hacked by some hackers or some kind of persons. We can say that what happens when the data is no more confidential to it's been made public, right? Due to data breach. So security risk is always involved because your personal information could be exposed to hackers or cyber criminals. Data loss, you may lose your confidential information or that may contain documents, photos, or financial information. Malware infection, right? Your device could be infected with viruses or malwares. Financial loss, maybe you could be a victim of ransomware. You may be a victim of identity theft or fraudulent activity. And reputational damage, your personal reputation could be spoiled. So these are the consequences of data breaches. Consequences of data breaches. As I said, security risk, data loss. Third one is malware infection. Fourth one is financial loss. And reputational damage. So protecting our personal data. How can we protect our personal data? The first important point is, so Ashna or Deepan, please answer on this one. The first important thing that we should do, what we should need to do to protect our personal data.
To keep our personal informations confidential
Yes,
on
so
social media.
yeah, so how will you keep it confidential?
uh, by not entering any personal informations.
Yeah, that is true, but suppose you have a website or you put some confidential information on some kind of drive, Google Drive. So how you can secure that Google Drive?
We can install antivirus softwares or firewalls
Yeah, that is fine. That is fine. The first important parameters is using strong passwords, right? Strong passwords. That should have some caps key or 8 to 16 characters long, one special character, or the lowercase, one uppercase numbers. This way you can create a strong password of 8 to 16 characters. The second one is secure Wi-Fi. Secure Wi-Fi means we should use strong Wi-Fi passwords and avoid public Wi-Fi for sensitive activities. So, if you are doing some kind of online transaction or online bank transaction, we shouldn't use the public Wi-Fi that is available on some kind of cafes or some kind of malls. We should avoid that because what happens, we do have a concept called honeypot. Okay, you will study it later. Something called honeypot is there. So a similar Wi-Fi name or same SSID, that the name we give on a Wi-Fi SSID, that has been placed. So instead of connecting to the actual SSID, we will connect to the other Wi-Fi. So in that case, the your confidential information can be captured by the cyber criminals. So these are the things. So we should be on mindful when we are doing online activities. We should patch our operating system regular wise, like we should update the operating system in a regular way. We should install antivirus. We should encrypt our sensitive data so that unauthorized individuals can't access, or it's maybe harder for the unauthorized individual to access the data. And secure data disposal. So you have often learned that uh, some kind of confidential papers that in our homes are we do have, right? What happens in kind of confidential data? We don't dump into a dustbins or trash cans, like just like that. We shred it, right? We tear it down and to pieces, in bits and pieces, then trash it, right? So always shred physical documents containing personal information and securely delete the digital files, right? Understood, Ashna or Deepan, about protecting your personal data?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next comes the important thing that is called as intellectual property rights, or we called it is as IPR. IPR, intellectual property rights. So under that there are some categories are there, such as we called it as copyright, other one called as patent and trademark. So, what do you mean by copyright? Copyright protects the original creative work, such as books, music, films, paintings, and sculptures. So, as soon as the work is created, it is automatically copyrighted. This means only the creator has exclusive rights to reproduce, distribute, perform, and display and adapt their work, right? So, that we mean by copyright. Patent, patent protects inventions, right? Such as new products or processes. Unlike copyright, patents requires new kind of approval process or a formal application and approval process. And once it's granted, a patent gives the inventor exclusive rights to the invention for a limited period, typically 20 years. Always remember that. That copyrights protects the original creative works such as books, music, films, paintings, and sculptures. Patent protects the inventions, and we need a prior approval or application. We need once the patent has been provided. It is the inventor exclusive right to the invention for a limited period of 20 years. And what is a trademark? Trademark is a distinctive sign, such as you have always seen this system like trademark TM. So trademark is a distinctive sign, such as word, phrase, symbol, design, or logo that identify and distinguish the goods and services of one business, right? So you have, what do you mean? So in simple words, you have always seen this thing, right? So what is the logo for this? If anyone can understand, I'm not so. I think I'm not drawing a good logo here, but can anyone understand what this logo stands for? It's an M. We often have burgers or finger fries from this store.
McDonald's.
Yes, yes, McDonald's. So McDonald's have created this logo, right? And its trademark
Pizza.
that identifies their unique business. And we should not take this trademark and use in our business. So that's a violation. So that's a violation. So we should not use any other trademarks in our own business. So that we have discussed about copyright, patent, and trademark. So we will also discuss about violation of intellectual property rights. That is plagiarism, copy on some other else works and telling that it's our own work. So this dishonest practice not only disrespects the original work or original work of the creator, but also can have serious consequences in academic and professional settings. Okay, copyright infringement happens when someone uses a copyrighted work, like we often even you have seen that if you upload some others songs in YouTube, you will get a copyright breach, right? It has been copyrighted by T series or some kind of Z music or something. Why this happens? Because it's the work of the original creator, and we how can we use it? We should give proper credit to that particular author or particular music director who have sung, or the singer who have sang the song. So we should give proper rights to them, right? Or cite proper sources from where we have collected. So that is copyright infringement happens when someone uses a copyrighted work like a song, book, or movie without the permission of the copyright owner. So this can include copying, distributing, or performing the work without authorization. And as I also discussed, trademark infringement occurs when someone uses other trademarks and claim that it's his own trademark. So this can mislead consumers and harm the reputation of the brand owner. Next comes the important part about software licensing, because we work in a software domain. So this software licensing is important thing. So anyone, we have discussed about anything. What do you think about software licensing, Ashna or Deepan? So when we install a software, there are two buttons, radio buttons, right? I accept the agreement and I decline it, right? So what do you mean by software licensing? So software licensing is a legal agreement that outlines the terms and conditions for using the software, right? It grants users certain rights, right? Such as ability to install the software or use the software. So, and what is the benefit of using a licensed software? So, using unlicensed software is against the law. The right software license can save our money, and we can receive around the clock license support, right? If something happens or we face errors in the software, proper support team is there for particular vendor, and they will help us to assess the issues. So that is the way we should always use licensed software, right? Licensed software. Now we will discuss about the type of public licenses are there. So you have already learned about CC, right? CC license. And anyone know what is the full form of CC? Anyone? Ashna, have you heard about Creative Commons license?
No, sir.
Okay. So this is called as Creative Commons license. So what is for Creative Commons is like this license allows creator to share their work such as websites, music and literature. So while maintaining some kind of controls that how their work is being used. So feature of Creative Commons is it's free to share, flexible use. Creators can choose how their work can be used, whether it's for personal or for commercial purpose, and encourages creativity. Creative Commons license promote collaboration and the creation of new works. Next comes as GNU. GNU General Public License. General Public License. Uh, okay. So the GNU General Public License is a software license that ensures the software remains free for the users, right? It allows user to run, study, share, or modify the software, fostering an open source approach to software development. So mainly, this is for the you can say about majority of the Linux software applications are free, right? So they are part of the GNU General Public License. So it's free to modify. We can share it for our education. We can modify the software, uh, fostering an open source or open free source software development. So, and another one is free and open source software, that is called as FOSS, free and open source software. So this free and open source software is a type of software that is freely available and allows user to access and modify its source code. This means anyone has can use, study, share, and improve the software. And FOSS, as you know, that FOSS relies on a large community of developers who collaborate to create and maintain the software. So popular example of FOSS include operating systems like Linux-based operating systems like Ubuntu and Fedora. Productive tools can be LibreOffice, open source Office suite, a Mozilla Firefox, and widely used in web browser. So any confusion up to this point? Any confusion up to this point?
No, sir.
Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, so the next topic that we will touch on is cybercrime. But before we move to cybercrime, and that's an other topic, we will discuss on some question and answers, right? So the first question is, can our digital footprint be used to judge our attitude and our work ethics? This is a question to you. Can our digital footprints be used to judge our attitude and work ethics?
No, sir.
Sorry, no means like you don't know the answer, or the answer is.
The answer is no.
Are you sure? Like, can our digital footprint be used to judge our attitude and work ethics?
Because we are just leaving some traces behind. So
So you are thinking of your own perspective, right? So, but the thing is, yes, digital footprints, what happens? Reflect online behavior. So if someone tries to that when you come online, so it can, the cyber criminal can do the analysis, right? Okay, this time you come online, this type of post you post, what your likes and dislikes. So yes, digital footprints reflect online behavior. Interaction means what type of pages you generally interact with, what types of comments you generally do in some kind of post. So which can be analyzed to judge a person attitude and work ethics. So it's when this question checks that it's not for you, it's for the other audiences, right? So yes, digital footprints reflect online behavior, interaction and activities. Okay, next question is having the same password for all your accounts on different websites safe? What is your take on this?
it's not safe.
Correct. So using the same purpose increase the risk of multiple accounts being compromised, right? Because if that same password gets hacked, so it can be tried to other accounts as well to check whether we can able to log in or not. Okay, great. So next one of the question that we can check is okay, just listen to it. After practicals, Atharv left the computer laboratory but forgot to sign off from his email account. Later, his classmate Raven started using the same computer. He is now logged in as Atharv. He sends inflammatory email messages to few of his classmates using Atharv's email account. Raven's activity is an example of which of the following cybercrime: hacking, identity theft, cyberbullying, or plagiarism. Which one you will select?
The identity theft.
Yes, correct. So these type of questions we will generally get from this chapter, right? Okay. Okay, so let me give you another situation based question. Deepan, please try to answer this as well. Okay. Preeti celebrated her birthday with her family. She was excited to share the moments with her friend Himanshu. She uploaded selected images of her birthday party on a social networking site so that Himanshu can see them. After a few days, Priti had a fight with Himanshu. Next morning, she deleted her birthday photographs from the social networking site so that Himanshu cannot access them. Later in the evening, to her surprise, he saw that one of the images which she has already deleted from social networking site was available with their common friend Gayatri. She hurriedly inquired Gayatri, "Where did you get this picture from?" Gayatri replied, "Himanshu forwarded this messages image few minutes back." So next, try to answer this question. How could Himanshu access an image which she had already deleted? So what you will answer to this question? How Himanshu can access an image which she had already deleted from social networking site? Ashna or Deepan? Am I audible? Hello, hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah. So, like, please answer. Right. I hope you have got this question. I'm already telling you about only the NCERT questions that we do have in our textbooks, nothing else. So you can answer this.
So maybe because it is deleted from the app, but not from the network.
The thing is that whenever you posted something on social media, we can the image can be downloaded, right? It's not that we can't download that image or you can take screenshot of that particular image. We can do it. So that way he might have downloaded this image and shared with their common friend guys. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, so then from next day we will continue from cybercrime. So it's not, it's less part left. Cybercrime, cyber safety. So the same things that remains, that be cautious whatever we are doing on social media. Be respectful to others. Do not make any lewd remarks on social media, or do not hurt anyone's sentiments on social media. Do not share unnecessary information on social media. Be selective with your friends whom you want to keep in your social media as friend, whom you trust. So these are the ways that can promote to a healthy browsing on social media or cyber networking, we can say. Okay. Hope you got this chapter in a good way, right? Next day we will discuss on hacking, cyberbullying, cyber trolling, ransomware, safely striving on the web. So these are the few things that are left. We will complete tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Deepan, yeah. Just before concluding, Deepan, is I haven't heard from you for a while. So is it clear for you?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So if I ask some questions before starting the class, will you be able to answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Sure.
yeah. So practice these chapters. Okay. Or whatever questions. These are like scenario based questions that generally will be coming to your exams. Nothing much more from that. And as you all know that I will be conducting a class from after tomorrow, that is completing all the sample question papers or discussing about what are the probable questions that may come into the exams. So that will give you a healthy promoting and healthy exam environment over there, right? So yeah, that's all for today. Yeah, we can conclude from here now.